Hello learners, welcome back again to our session. I'm Mr. Salim and I'll be taking you through science. Now in our today's session we'll be discussing more about the functions of leaves. Okay, I want you to take a look at the leaf on the screen. Which color does it have? It's color green, yeah? Yes, that's very important in a leaf when manufacturing food. Now that brings us to the first function of leaf, which is manufacture of or manufacturing food. Okay. The second point is transpiration. Then we also have a gaseous exchange. And the last one is storage of food. Now, we are going to discuss in details about these functions. So if you see any word that might surprise you, don't get surprised, just stay calm. We're going to discuss all in details. Now, the first function is manufacture of food or manufacturing of food. How do these plants manufacture their own food? Now, the most important thing you need to understand is this process is known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process whereby the plants manufacture their own food. Now, they don't just manufacture it. There are things that helps them to manufacture their own food during photosynthesis. Now, those things you need also to remember them. It's very important. One, the plants need water. Okay, they need water. Another one, they need chlorophyll. Remember, we took a look at the leaf when we were starting our lesson, and you said that the color is green, yeah? So that green pigment is normally, produced by this chlorophyll. It's the one that produces the green pigment. And the last thing, which is the very most important thing, is it needs the light. So without light, the plants cannot manufacture their own food. And when you look at the word photosynthesis, it means, photo means light, okay? And then synthesis is that process whereby the plants manufacture their own food. So I hope you understand one of the functions of leaves. Is that clear? You can proceed, right? Good. Now the second point is that there is transpiration. There is transpiration. Now transpiration is a process whereby the plants or the leaves, they lose excess water. They lose excess water. Sometimes you find yourself sweating, right? That means you're losing excess water, but there is something that is a waste. It's not needed in your body. For plants, they lose excess water, and this process normally happens in the leaf. Now, how does this happen? Let me just pose an image here. You can see how transpiration takes place. You can see there is some water droplets. Now, that water droplets comes from the leaf. There is a small hole. We can call it pores, or we can call it stomata. Those are small pores that are found in the leaf, and this is how now, the excess water leaves through those small holes or those pores or stomata. Now, this process is whereby the leaf loses excess water. It's called transpiration. I hope it's clear. Plus the image, it makes it even simpler. I hope it's clear, right? Let's move on to the next one. The next one is gaseous exchange. Now, there is a way we normally exchange gases. For us, we breathe in and out. Yeah? When you breathe in, you're taking in oxygen. When you breathe out, you're taking in, you're taking out carbon dioxide. Now, the same with plants, there is normally that gaseous exchange that takes place. This normally happens in the leaf. We have what we call the same hole, that is the pores, we call it stomata. This is where now the exchange of gases takes place. Okay? I hope it's clear. So we have the leaf, you can see the leaf there. We have those small holes, yeah? Now those are the stomata, and that's where exactly the gaseous exchange takes place. Or we can also say where the exchange of air or gases takes place through stomata. I hope it's clear. Now, there is one term that you can always, find maybe during exam or something like that. So you need to also remember it, okay? That scientific word is respiration. Remember, respiratory system, I think you learned this. Respiratory system is the breathing system. So respiration is simply breathing, okay? So these plants also do breathe because of that gaseous exchange or exchange of gases. I hope it's clear up to there. I want to make it very simple, yeah? So I hope I won't add anything on top of that. I hope you have understood what respiration is, and this takes place in the stomata. And the last part now is storage of food. This normally happens during germination. During germination. Do you know what germination is? Now, germination is a process whereby the seed grows into a seedling. This is like the early stages of a plant. So at this stage, we normally don't have like a big plant, but we have a seedling. A seedling is a young plant. Now, for them, they normally need this leaf for them to store the food. Let's look at this embryo. Embryo comprises of the leaf, that is the shoot, and we also have the radicle, which is now the root. Okay, in simple terms, we have the embryo, which comprises the leaf, which is the shoot, and we also have the radicle, which is the root. Now, in that shoot, which is the leaf now, it helps this young plant to store food. Because remember, when we were talking about the first part, parts of a plant, we say that plants need some of these parts for them to grow well and to grow healthy. One of the things that the plants need is nutrients. So these nutrients will come from the food, they will store food, and this will help them to grow. That's why we have this big plant, and then at that young age we have the seedling. I hope it was clear and you have understood all the points that we have shared and what we have discussed in our session today. If you have any queries, if you have any problem, you can always comment below and we can always assist you. Masalam. Thank you so much. Bye.